boring kaayo. Joyride na.
The Cebu City Local School Board and Congress, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, bring you EdRadio. Arats, Joyride to Old Cebu. Every Saturday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. at 106.7 Home Radio.
Nawa uy, mo teleport to Old Cebu.
Mayong udto sa mga bata. Mayong udto to the parents and teachers who are listening to our radio program, Arats, Joyride to Old Cebu. We greet our hero, General Leon Kilat, a happy 148th birthday for his birthday on July 27 because he was born on July 27, 1873. And we celebrate his birthday with this episode today of our Arats radio program, and our episode today is entitled Si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin, and this is a storytelling by children of this book that they wrote, Si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin nga gisugilon sa mga Sigbuanong bata. And this book the story of this was created by 4 talented Cebuano children, Juliana Kapangpangan, Santi Sagayno, Isabella Faith Bautista, and Francis Luke Bicoy. And the illustrations of this book, because this is an illustrated children's book created by Cebuano children, the illustrations are created by a very talented young kid, Kristine Anne Subaan. So we invite you to listen to this storytelling this afternoon today, and as we celebrate the birthday of our hero Leon Kilat, and also as we celebrate the founding of the Katipunan on July 7, 1892. So we thank our partners in our radio program, in this EdRadio program, the Cebu City Local School Board and the Cebu City Government. So the Cebu City Government with the Cebu City Local School Board have this radio program, EdRadio, as a supplemental learning resource material for grade school children for their online and modular classes. And this airs from Monday to Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. And our radio program, this Arats, Joyride to Old Cebu, is a program that helps us and that journeys with the kids and parents and teachers back to Old Cebu to learn our roots, to learn our past, so that we will be able to be proud and be knowledgeable of our identity as Cebuanos. So aside from the Cebu City Local School Board and the Cebu City Government, we have as our partners in this radio program the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, the National Quincentennial Committee, Museo Sugbo, the Central Visayas Association of Museums, the Diandi Heritage Center, Bagong Teatro Honquera, SOAN 2020, and Arts Cebu. So they are also showing the broadcast of this program on their Facebook pages. Thank you very much. So this program is very timely because this year, 2021, we are celebrating the Cebu 500. We celebrate the 500 years of the victory at Mactan, the 500 years of the first circumnavigation of the world, in which Cebu has a part, and the 500 years of the arrival of Christianity in our islands and in Cebu. So we also celebrate the founding of the Katipunan, as said, on July 7. We celebrated last July 7, the 129th year of the founding of the Katipunan. So Katipunan is a secret society. So secret society that led the revolution against Spain and that fought for freedom from Spain. So this July 27, we are celebrating the 148th birthday of General Leon Kilat, the Cebu hero that led the Battle of 3 de Abril and the 1898 Cebu Revolution against Spain. And also, this July is a celebration of the Nutrition Month. At Palmgrass, we celebrate it with nutritious food and nutritious food for heroes and drinks at Palmgrass Kapihan ni Lumaya. So now we would like to introduce to you two of the kids that created the book. Si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin nga gisugilon sa mga Sugbuanong bata. So we have with us one of the writers of this book, si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin. We have a student from Gaas National High School, and he was in grade 8 when he helped create the story. He loves biking and hiking, and he also plays badminton. Please help me welcome Santi Sagayno.
Hi, ako din si Santi Sagayno. Ako din usa sa nagsuwat dahil sa Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin.
Daghang salamat, Santi, for being with us, and thank you very much for sharing your talent and your creative story and your part in this story, historical fiction on Leon Kilat. And we also have with us the very talented and pretty, the lovely and beautiful, all the adjectives, illustrator of this book. And she shared her talent in visual arts for this book. And she created the book cover and the illustrations in the book. Please help me welcome Kristine Anne Subaan of Ateneo de Cebu.
Hi, I'm Kristine Subaan, the illustrator for the book. And I hope you enjoyed the story and the art as much as I enjoyed making it.
Thank you very much, Kristine. And Kristine also loves listening to music. She loves drawing and animating. So we have talented kids with us today that will tell us the story of si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin nga gisugilon sa mga Sugbuanong bata. But before that, we invite you to listen to this song, and to those on Facebook Live to watch the video of this song. This is a fun song about a girl who loves Leon Kilat, but Leon Kilat only loves the country. And this song is part of the Abtik Paskilat album. You would be able to see this at Palmgrass YouTube account, Palmgrass the Cebu Heritage Hotel. And this is also part of the stage play, Abtik Paskilat. So this song is entitled Gugmang Kilat.
Kilat mo juga kakita sa akong kagwapa. Akong kaanyang Joyride ni mo. Bisan ka no sa tanang kagsila at mga babae gigukot ka. Usa ka alaw sa mga balay kang nagkabihian. Niingan ko mauna ni Karo naging maswertian. Nagdaling kong idayag pangutalang kitipigan. Layon sa iyong kaisog, kagwapo, kakuskan. Nabay swerteng babae diha sa imong dughan. Sa matang kilat, ikaw mitugan. O sa manimong nagwapa o buotan. Mga pahiyo sa maniya ng bulan. Di ikabaylo bisan sa bulawan. Ako siyang halaran, pagkikawayan, pakamatian. Siya mao ang Pilipinas, atong yutang natauhan. Espera sa 3 de Abril, tirabatok sa kasila. Nagbalik ka sa sundang, pwede mong singuta. katipunerang gwapa, wala jud ni mong dagdag. Abril 5, gigastas mong mga kanyon sa Fort San Pedro. Di paganita uyab, kung mabiyudan ako, ang anting-anting niluwas ni Mos Peligro. Leon sa imong kahisog, kagwapo o kakuskan, naabay swerteng babae diha sa imong dughan. Sa matang kilap, ikaw mitugan, usama ni mong nagpapaubutan, mga pahiyog sama niya ng bulan. Di ka ba'y lubisan sa Bulawan? Ako siyang halaran, pakigawayan, pakamatian. Siya ba ang Pilipinas sa atong yutang na tauhan? Hey Leon, anong napildughan mo ko balan? Nagpungasing bala, imo lang gipapagi. Apiasam ni mong papa kung gugma, pwede man sa magkuyog kang duha. Pukuson na to sa gugma, kining nasura, hindi mo tanang dautan. Ilinggawas ang katawhan, kaputon na to ang kadahugan.
Kinsa na si Leon Kilat?
Waka kailan ni Leon Kilat? Oh, sige. Ito na nato together.
Thank you for that song performed by a Katipunero descendant, Naomi Rosales, and also performed by Paul Linabog and other performers. And also that song, that music video was created by our partner in our Heritage Awareness Program, Prospero Lapot of Social Communications Asia. And also the script was written by Dicel Marie Suarez, and she was at that time when she made the script, she was a student at the University of the Philippines Mass Communications Department, and she was also a member of the University of the Philippines Theater Group Upstage. So thank you for that. And the music of that was composed by Jeff Escarda, a young musician, and the words were written by A. Gibilondo. So thank you very much for that video, for that fun song about General Leon Kilat. You would be able to watch that video at the YouTube account of Palmgrass, the Cebu Heritage Hotel. And also that song is part of the play Abtik Paskilat, of the stage play Abtik Paskilat, and it is also part of the album Abtik Paskilat. So that's Gugmang Kilat. It's love like lightning. It's lightning love. It's Gugmang Kilat. So now we would like to call again to help us and for us to appreciate the story of Leon Kilat ug Sigbin. We have the kids who are part in the creation of this historical fiction, Leon Kilat ug Sigbin. We have with us from Gaas National High School, Santi Sagayno. And we also have with us from Ateneo de Cebu, Kristine Anne Subaan. So you would see Santi. Santi, will you show them your vestidora? Santi is now wearing an amulet of General Leon Kilat. It is a replica of the amulet of Leon Kilat. This is the vestidora that is that they considered is a that was considered like they considered it like a bulletproof vest that if you would wear it, you would be able to be invulnerable to bullets. The bullets would hit you, but you will not be hurt, and that's what they believed. And Santi is also wearing a hat with a triangle amulet. So that's an amulet also, that the triangular paper is also an amulet that would help the Katipuneros in their fight against the Spaniards. So we have this story, si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin, nga gisugilon sa mga sugbuanong bata. So, Santi Sagayno and Kristine Anne Subaan would be telling the story now for us, and I, Agripina, would also be saying some historical notes regarding the parts of the story, in some parts of the story. So now let's start with our story. Si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin nagisugilon sa mga sugbuanong bata. Leon Kilat and the Sigbin, as told by Cebuano children.
Ang mga sugbuanon, ang mga tao, malipayong nanaga sa dihang miabot ang mga dayo, ang mga Kastila, nga mistakmit sa ilang kuha nga mga isda. Misupak sila, alang ni sa pagkaon sa among pamilya, apan ikulata sila sa mga Kastila. Nakit-an kini ni Pantalyon Villagas, apan wala siya'y gihimo. Dayon, ang langit may dagtum, niigo siya sa kilat, og natumba.
The Cebuanos, the humans, are happy fishing when the aliens, the Spaniards, come to snatch their fish harvest. They protest. These are for our family's meals. But the Spaniards beat them up. Pantaleon Villegas sees this, but he doesn't do anything. Then the sky darkens, and lightning hits him. He falls.
Historical notes on this. Pantaleon Villegas, also known as Leon Kilat o Bakong Negros Oriental, comes to Cebu to work odd jobs.
Dito sa layo, usa ka tagtiya sa sirkus, nagtan-aw sa nahitabo, ug nahinduluman niya ang usa ka panagna. Kung kinsa kadtong maygo sa kilat, makaangkon sa gahom sa pagpangulo. Pagmata ni Pantalyon, nakurat siya nga nagpalibot na niya ang mga tawo sa lungsod. Mao nga midagan siya padulong sa lasang.
A circus owner watches this from afar. Then he remembers a prophecy. He who shall be hit by lightning shall have the power to lead. When he wakes up, Pantaleon is startled that he is already surrounded by the townspeople, so he runs to the forest.
Sa lasang, nakit-an ni Pantalyon ang Sigbin nagikulata sa mga dayo nga mga Kastila. Sa ilang paghawa, iyang gitambalan ang mga samad sa Sigbin sa gamahanang mga dahon. Nagpasalamat ang Sigbin kaniya. Sukad karon, imo na akong higala sa tibuok mong kinabuhi.
At the forest, Pantaleon sees Sigbin being beaten up by the aliens, the Spaniards. When the aliens left, he treats the Sigbin's wounds with magic herbs. The Sigbin thanks him and says, "From now on, I shall be your lifelong friend."
Ibalik si Pantalyon sa lungsod ug mitrabaho sa usa ka sirkus nga mapasundayog sa lain-laing dapit sa Pilipinas. Ang tekiya sa sirkus sakop di ay sa katastaasan, kagalang-galangan at tipunan ng mga anak ng bayan, KKK o katipunan. Usa ka tinagutagong pundok nga nikikaway patok sa mga dayo. Kitudluan niya si Pantalyon og ekskrima og mga salamangka.
Pantaleon goes back to the town to apply work at a traveling circus. The circus owner is actually a member of the KKK, or the Katipunan, a secret organization fighting against the aliens. He hires Pantaleon, teaches him eskrima and magic tricks.
Historical notes on this. Leon Kilat, while working in a traveling circus, was recruited to a secret revolutionary organization, the Katipunan, because the circus owner was a Katipunero.
Watuyua nga nasaksihan niya ang usa ka paghural sa Katipunan nga ug monghangyo siyang magpasakop sa organisasyon. Kinagdaan niya pinaagi sa dugo ang iyang pagpanumpa ug ang iyang ngalan na himo ng Leon Kilat.
He eavesdrops on a Katipunan initiation and asked to join the organization. Upon his initiation, he signifies membership with blood. His name is now Leon Kilat.
Historical notes on this. So after he was recruited to the Katipunan, he fights in battles against Spanish forces in Luzon and is later sent to Cebu to lead the local Katipunan chapter.
Igom ni Leon ang katipunan sa Sugbo nga gipanguluhan ni Candido Padilla. Iyang gisulob ang iyang mga anting-anting. Nisiga ang vestidora ni Leon ug lipad siya padulong sa langit. Nahibulong pag-ayo ang mga Sugboanon ug dasig nilang ipadaghan ang mga anting-anting.
Leon meets Cebu Katipunan chapter led by Candido Padilla. He wears his amulets. Leon's vestidora lights up as he flies up into the air. The Cebuanos are so amazed and eager to mass-produce the vestidora.
Historical notes on this. In Guadalupe, Cebu, Leon Kilat shows the power of his amulets in a meeting of the Cebu Katipunan, thus emboldening the Cebu Katipuneros to fight.
Abril 2, 1898, sa balay ni Isidro Gabilondo, ang mga lider sa katipunan sa Sugbo nga silang Leon Kilat, Luis Flores ug uban pa gihukom nga sugdan na ang pag-alsa sa sunod adlaw tungod kay gipangpatay na sa mga dayo ang ilang mga kauban.
On April 2, at Isidro Gabilondo House, Katipunan leaders with Leon Kilat, Luis Flores, and others decide to start the uprising right on the next day, since aliens have murdered their comrades.
The historical notes on this. On April 2, 1898, in a major Katipunan meeting at Isidro Gabilondo House, leaders decide to change the date of the uprising from April 8 to April 3, a Palm Sunday.
Sa Abril 3, sakay sa fletcha, nanawag si Leon sa mga katipunero nga sugdan na ang pag-alsa ni aning hapuna.
On April 3, Leon writes a flecha calling all Katipuneros to start the uprising in the afternoon.
Sa panagsangka sa 3 de Abril sa San Nicolas gamit ang sundang ug kutsilyo, ang mga Sugboanon nakik-away sa mga dayo. Human mitira ang mga dayo, iduslak sa mga tawo ang kasing-kasing sa mga dayo aron sila mamatay. Miatras ang mga dayo.
In the Battle of 3 de Abril at San Nicolas, the Cebuanos with bolos and knives fight the aliens. After the aliens shoot, the humans strike their bolos and knives at the aliens' hearts to kill them. The aliens retreat.
Historical notes on this. In the Battle of 3 de Abril, 2,000 Cebuanos defeat Spanish soldiers with bolos and knives since Leon Kilat instructed them to attack the Spanish forces while reloading the rifles.
Abril 5, sakay sa puting kabayo, si Leon nangulo sa pagsulong sa Fersa de San Pedro nga kampo sa mga dayo, diin ang mga bala sa pusil ug kanyon wala moigo niya.
On April 5, Leon, riding a white horse, leads the attack at the aliens' headquarters, Fort San Pedro, where gunfire and cannonballs fail to hit him.
Historical notes on this. On April 5, 1898, Leon Kilat on horseback is bombarded by gunfire and cannonballs while leading the attack against the remaining Spanish forces in Fort San Pedro. He and his horse fall but are not hurt.
Human sa pila ka adlaw, niabot ang mga dayo gikan sa laing lugar o gipangsunog ang mga baryo nga duol sa dagat.
After a few days, aliens from other islands arrive and burn the villages near the sea.
Historical notes on this. On April 7, 1898, Spanish gunboats Paragua and Don Juan de Austria bombard and burn Cebu villages near the sea, prompting Katipunan leaders to flee to the hinterlands.
Si Leon Kilat, uban sa iyang kabayo, mitadlas ngadto sa karkar nga sa magkilat, apan hiluan sa mga dayo ang kabayo.
Leon Kilat, with his horse, teleports to Karkar, but the aliens poison the horse.
Gihubog sa mga traidor sa Karkar si Leon ug samtang natulog gitangtangan siya sa iyang mga anting-anting ug giluba siya sa walo ka traidor. Natumba usab ang kabayo nga mao di ay ang Sigbin.
Karkar traitors make Leon drink, take off his amulets while asleep. Then eight traitors murder him. The horse that was actually the Sigbin also falls.
Historical notes on this. On April 8, 1898, Leon Kilat, who retreats to Karkar, is betrayed and murdered by local Katipuneros.
Nagtanaw ang Sigbin samtang nagsaulog ang katipunan sa kadaugan sa revolusyon sa Cebu uban ang mga lider nga silang Luis Flores ug Arcadio Maxilum kinsa na ipadayon sa pagkik-away bisan pa sa kamatayon ni Leon Kilat.
Sigbin looks on as Katipunan with leaders Luis Flores and Arcadio Maxilum celebrate the victory of the Cebu Revolution, which they continued even after Leon Kilat's death.
Historical notes on this. On May 20, Katipunan, Cebu, led by Luis Flores and Arcadio Maxilum, regroups and continues the revolution. And on December 24, 1898, the Cebu Katipunan wins the final victory against the Spanish forces in Cebu and celebrates freedom in a Thanksgiving Mass at the Cebu Cathedral on December 29, 1898. The end. Thank you very much, Santi Sagayno and Kristine Anne Subaan for this story, for telling the story about si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin nga gisugilon sa mga Sugbuanong bata. So we will be calling you again in a few while to say a few words about this book. So we are very happy that these children participated in a workshop, especially Santi Sagayno. He participated in a workshop in October 2018 to create these stories, Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin. And Kristine Anne Subaan is actually handpicked to illustrate this book. We were looking for a talented young visual artist to illustrate this book, and we found her. And thank God that we found her. So thank you very much, Santi and Christine, for this book. So we would also be showing you this video of how these children created this book. So we have a video, the behind the scenes story of how this book was created. And this is the video.
History teaches us courage and selfless acts of heroes like that of Jose Rizal or General Gregorio del Pilar. The stories about their fight against superior foreign enemies come across as a rallying cry for people to identify a common nation and love of country. But there are stories too in the regions and localities that should be part of the whole history of the Philippines. In recent years, a surge in research and writing of local histories reintroduced us to local heroes like Leon Kilat, General Arcadio Maxilum, and others. To many local people, though, they're just names of streets.
Kaila ba kang Leon Kilat na eh?
Wala. Bisa?
Leon Kilat.
Okay lang. Ang gitawag niyo niya eh, San God Leon Kilat. Pero ako kitag taong, kakinsa ng tao nga Leon Kilat.
Pambras, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, wants to connect the locals with their past. We produced music videos, published books in local history, and put the names of local heroes literally on the dining table. In 2018, we assembled a group of kids and tasked them to write a book about Leon Kilat for children.
I first heard about Leon Kilat when I was looking for something to read at my house.
My Araling Palipunan teacher was lecturing about the famous people in Cebu, and Leon Kilat was one of our topics.
I mostly knew Leon Kilat by name. History-wise, I didn't know much about Leon Kilat.
Leon Kilat or Pantaleon Villegas was a Katipunan general who led the Cebuanos' fight against Spain in what we now know as the 1898 Battle of Tres de Abril. In the book that we published, history writer Emil Hostinbasi wrote that the battle was the crucial spark that turned the tide against the forces of Spain in Cebu.
It was a big victory for the locals because for the first time in history, hindi na mga Kastila.
Like many, Santi Sagayno did not know the story about Leon Kilat or other local historical figures for that matter.
Sa nagsebaran ko, parang hindi to masyadong tinuturo ng mga guro kasi sa textbook kasi nila, para bang hindi ito nakafocus.
Local history was not taught as a core subject in schools, even before the Philippines implemented the K-12 basic education curriculum in 2016.
Right now, murag na may mga attempts to focus on local history, no, na may although medyo lacking siya gamay. So this book can fill in that gap, no.
With the help of our friends established in the fields of heritage advocacy, design, art direction, and storytelling, we mentored the kids to help them create a children's story based on the heroism of Leon Kilat.
He cared not only for himself, but because he cared for people in the country, and he loved the country so much, and then he was not scared to fight for the country.
This is a unique case, no, of children being told history and then them retelling it, no.
Mas ligon ang condition sa bata kung siya mismo involved siya sa pagpanday sa narrative sa istorya.
When I asked the students what is the most interesting, like magical feature of the story of Leon Kilat, and they pointed out Sigbin, how Leon Kilat has a Sigbin who helped him.
I wanted to add a touch of the supernatural in the story so that little kids would also hear about it.
This particular genre called speculative fiction that includes fantasy, maybe some elements of horror and sci-fi. They really like this kind of genre in the works that they read.
The humans are happy fishing when the aliens, the Spaniards, come to get them.
The artist has to think like a child, but in this case, unique ni siya kay it's the children themselves doing that. Of course, sa nga nga level ang children think to murag wild kayo ng imagination ba, no? So that shows sa ilang version sa Leon Kilat story, no? So it's a bit wild, na sci-fi elements, no.
So we were thinking of like sci-fi themes, like Iron Man, Avengers, since that's Avengers inspired one of the writers. I learned a lot from this experience, mostly about history and my art direction. I have so many people around me to help with this project, and I'm happy to help bring this project to life.
Other kids should read this story because it's very important for us, especially as Cebuanos, to know about our past and how we got our freedom that we now have today.
Whatever effort there is to make students read, entice them with a new kind of story, sci-fi infused story based on a historical figure, can actually make them start reading it. And maybe like, when they start reading this, like, what else is there that we can read? And so the demand will start there, and hopefully writers will catch up with the demand.
I think the children will enjoy reading it, and I think they will grow to love Leon Kilat.
Leon Kilat is like a good example to young kids.
Kailangan di ay nga kita tanan kay magtinabangay ta para ato yung mabuhat na to kung sa atong ganahan.
I admire Leon Kilat for leading the Cebuanos in fighting for our independence.
I'm really happy that I got to work with professionals because I just did art as a hobby.
Mas dali ang transmission sa information kung magtanaw kag pictures.
I think ang ultimate nga importance sa history is the sense of narrative, no? The sense of wonder.
There are a limited number of writers who focus on, let's say, children's stories or children's books or even YA.
Daghang salamat. Daghang salamat for that video. The behind the scenes of how these very talented children created the story, si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin, as told by Cebuano children. And that video is by our partner in our Heritage Awareness Program, Prospero Lapot of Social Communications Asia. Thank you also to the mentors of the kids, Radel Paredes, Joshua Cabrera, and also to Hannah Gabales, who helped the kids know how to write a story. And also, Radel Paredes and Joshua Cabrera mentored our illustrator, Kristine Anne Subaan, even if she is already a very talented creative artist. And of course, they chose her also. They said that she should be the one to create the illustrations of this book, the very beautiful illustrations of this book, si Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin, nga gisugilon sa mga Cebuanong bata. Leon Kilat and the Sigbin, as told by Cebuano children. And of course, the story of that, this is a historical fiction with the very wild imagination of the kids about the enemy of the Cebuanos, or the enemy of the Filipinos, were actually aliens, and they fought them like aliens, or the aliens also they fought them as how some movies have portrayed fighting against the aliens. So this is also inspired by the children's favorite stories like Harry Potter, Avengers, and other children's stories. So, of course, we have here in this book historical notes at the end to clarify also what the real story was, or what really happened in history. Also, there is also a glossary here, a definition of terms mentioned in the story. So this is Leon Kilat ug ang Sigbin, a very beautiful book, a very creative book by the very creative Cebuano children, which we also, the story here is also taken, also was studied, and also it was based from this by this history book, by also another book published by Pamgras sa Cebu Heritage Hotel at Tres de Abril Incorporated, Leon Kilat, The Untold Story of the 1898 Cebu Revolution, with author Emil Hostimbasti, and this is still available at Pamgras Basahanan ni Lumaya. So also we also have as a reference in the story of Leon Kilat, this book also published now by Pamgras, the Cebu Heritage Hotel, and Tres de Abril Incorporated, this book by historian Junicio C., A Short History of Cebu from the 1500s to 1890s and the Anti-Spanish Revolution in Cebu. And you will be able to read the story of Cebu since 500 years ago and during the Anti-Spanish Revolution in Cebu. And it is also available at Pamgras Basahanan in Lumaya. Now, we would also like you to know that as we tried to look for the story of Leon Kilat, we went to as far as Bacong Negros Oriental and talked with the descendants of General Leon Kilat in Bacong Negros Oriental. And we have interviews with them, and they told us that even if Leon Kilat was born in Bacong Negros Oriental, his grandmother was actually from Carcar, Cebu, and his grandfather was a pure Spanish who came who came to Cebu, and he was born in Spain. Leon Kilat was a mestizo and already a third-class citizen because at that time in Cebu and in our islands, the first-class citizen were those who were pure Spanish, and the second-class citizens were those Spaniards born in the islands or in the colony. Third-class citizens were the mestizo or those who are not pure Spanish or just who have one parent, a one Spaniard parent, and of course the least of all at that time, the most discriminated of all, were the Indios, the natives. So we would like to show you one of the videos, an interview with a descendant of Leon Kilat in Bacong Negros Oriental, and here's the video. Pantaleon Villegas, also known as Leon Kilat, led the revolution against the Spanish in 1898. Leon Kilat has been known to possess magical powers and amulets. His descendants in Bacong Negros Oriental still believe in these powers.
Ako si Consuelo Dumatol Tucson. Ang nagsulti na ko nining istorya kabahin ni Pantaleon Villegas ang iyang igsuon si Lola Erenia. Mahibalungan mi nga samok gyud dito kay diyo man siya nga pagpakita gyud ang dakong bituon diri sa dagat. Unay ti mailhan nga gagubot na mi dito sa Cebu. Sige man gud ga-celebrate diri og Pantaleon Villegas sa iyang birthday. Kunya makadungog pud mi sa 3 de Abril. Mao po nay amo masulod sa una-una nga kato ang mga puhan. Dako kaayog nahimo diri sa atong nasod. Wala gyud mi nahimo dito niya. Nga ingon nga naami na natampo dito niya nga unsa o nato ana nga o aman sa layo na tigawa mi niya diri tabang tag depensa niya.
Leon Kilat was killed by fellow revolutionaries. Thank you for that video. So Lola Erenia is one of the descendants of Leon Kilat, and we also have another video, another interview with another descendant of Leon Kilat who told us about the very brave and the very courageous Leon Kilat. And this is the video.
Ako si Mrs. Gloria Villegas Palmis Laro. Ang akong relasyon kang Lolo Leon Kilat, igsuon siya sa akong apuhan.
Leon Kilat belonged to a class only a step higher than the native people.
Nagsudong siya sa mga Pilipino na ang mga katsila gidaog-daog ang mga Pilipino.
Leon defied the truce between General Emilio Aguinaldo and Spain. Instead, he led the Cebu revolutionaries to revolt on April 3, 1898.
Si Leon Kilat, isugod siya. Kay bisan pa og si General Emilio Aguinaldo ni surrender, siya nagpadayon gud siya sa paglaban sa mga katsila, pagkig-away ini aron mabuntog kini siyang mga tawo.
Leon Kilat was born on July 27, 1873. Daghang salamat for that video. Our interview with the descendants of General Leon Kilat in Bacong Negros Oriental. And so, with our research on General Leon Kilat, we are able to create these books, and we are able to create the story, and this guided the children in creating the story of si Leon Kilat ug ag Sigbin nga gisugilon sa mga Sugbuanong bata. So now we would like to invite again the children to say something about this book. We would like to invite Santi Sagayno and Kristine Anne Subaan to say something about this book.
Akong giinbitar nga ang mga ginikanan nga katong ilang mga anak nga wa pa kabalo ni Leon Kilat. Pagpalit mo ani para inyong mga anak nga malipaytad sila nga makaila kay Leon Kilat diri sa Cebu.
So Santi is asking the children and the parents to introduce Leon Kilat to those children who don't know yet about Leon Kilat. So that's Santi. So we have also Kristine.
So if you want a quick fun read and also educational because it's based on historical events, you can definitely learn a thing or two from this book. Because at first when I first illustrated it, I didn't know much about it, Leon Kilat and all, but I learned a lot as I was making it, and I hope you enjoy it as well. So get the book.
Thank you very much, Santi. Thank you very much, Kristine, for being with us today and sharing the story of Leon Kilat and telling this story to children and others who are no longer children. Daghang salamat, Kristine and Santi. So we would like to invite you once again in our future events to know more about the history, to journey back to Old Cebu. And we also would like now to announce the the winner of our trivia quiz last Saturday in our episode Kumbira, the 500 year the Cebu Eats 500 years ago. The question last Saturday was, what drink was Cebu chief Raha Humabon drinking when Magellan first met him? And we have two kids who were able to answer the question, and they are both from ABC Montessori, the ABC Academy Montessori of Bulacau, Cebu City, and they both answered correctly, and their answer is tuba. And this is we have Candice Rapatan and Bayan Pitse Sen. And we would we would now have a raffle, and who would be the winner between the both of them. So our winner is this, and the winner would be what would be the price of the winner? The prize would be our the prize of the winner last week is our cake and drink of the month. The I got ube cake. Oh, I got you, babe. I got ube cake and the taro milk tea. Do we have the photo? So the winner of this is, congratulations to grade 5 of ABC Academy Montessori, Bayan Pitsen Goron. Congratulations for winning the prize of our milk tea of the month, taro milk tea, and also our cake of the month, I got ubi cake. So these are the ingredients of this pair, the milk tea and the ubi cake, were already eaten by Cebuanos 500 years ago. There was already ube and there was already taro or gabi 500 years ago, as discussed also by our historians. So now we would like you to listen to our trivia quiz, our question today. And our question today is this. The question is, what is the name of the amulet of Leon Kilat that is worn like a bulletproof vest? So of course, Santi Sagayno already showed you a while ago the bulletproof vest. May we show again Santi Sagayno? So you should be able to know what is the name of this amulet of Leon Kilat that is worn like a bulletproof vest. And if you are able to answer, you would be able to win. So only the grade school students can win this can answer and will be able to win this prize of a pan ni Leon. This is our Food for Heroes bread. This is our bread named in honor of Leon Kilat, strawberry and cream cheese bread. It's pandesal with cream cheese and strawberry filling. And this is very lami nga bread. So you would be able you will be able to answer this when you post this again at our Facebook page, and you indicate your name, your grade, your school, and the address of your school. So we would also like to invite you to our future events. So on July 14, this July 14, you will be able to see the virtual and physical exhibit of our essay writing contest, because we are having an essay writing contest among grade school students in Cebu with the theme on Cebuano heroism. And also on July 27, we would be celebrating the 148th birthday of General Leon Kilat. And there is also an awarding at that time of the winner of the essay writing contest. And there will also be messages from the Department of Education, Region 7, and also from the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. And also, we invite you this August. We will be having a, a book launch, a virtual and physical book launching of this book by our multi-awarded poet, a Cebuano poet, Adonis Dorado. And this book is entitled Ang Nakayatak Kay Nayatakan. And there will be also a tongue twister for this, a contest, a tongue twister contest. And the one who would be able to win this contest would get a free copy of the book. So you should be able to 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 say the words ang nakayatak kay nayatakan, ang nakakatay kay nakatayan, kay nakakatay ang nayatakan, ang na, kay nakatayan. So so you should, this is a fun contest. You should be able to have fun with us with this. So I would like to ask our kids here who are with us to say bye to everyone, and for thank you for being with us. Say thank you, Santi and Christine, to our audience.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for everyone for watching this, and bye-bye.
So this is their book, Leon Kilat Sigbin, and we hope that you will be able to read this book and get hold of this book. Si Leon Kilat, can you show your books also? Si Leon Kilat Sigbin, nagisugilon sa mga sugpuanong bata. So thank you very much, Christine, and thank you very much, Santi. So we invite you once again to our event. So the next event would also we invite you to watch the judges of our essay writing contest give their impression on the entries. So then that would be next week on July 16. So we invite you to this celebration, because July is a celebration of Katipuneros. On July 7, we celebrated the founding of the Katipunan, and also on July 27 is the birthday of General Leon Kilat. And of course, next month would be August. It's a language month, so we invite you to also to this event in August. It is a forum on the ancient Visayan writing and the ancient Visayan words. And that would be on August 28th with also scholars and historians. And there will also be contests on how to decipher or to write in Surat Binisaya, our modern day words. So that would also be a fun contest in August. And of course, August also is in August, we will also be celebrating the National Heroes Day. in the last week of August. So be with us again next time. We thank our partners in this radio program, um, the Cebu City Local School Board, the Cebu City Local Government, also our other partners, the National Historical Commission of the Philippines, the National Quincentennial Committee, Museo Sugbo, the Central Visayas Association of Museums, SOAN 2020, Arts Cebu, the Yandi Heritage Center, and the Bagong Teatro Hongkera. So we would also like you to listen and as we close this program, and this is our last episode this school year. We will be coming back next school year, and this would be in August or in September. So we would like you to listen as our closing song today. This song created or composed by Katipuneros in 1896. And this song is translated to Cebuano by A. Gibelondo. And this is also rearranged. This has an arrangement by Jed Nicole Alerta. And this is the song Alerta Katipunan.
Alerta katipunan sa bukid, ang puloy tanan, dito matagamtaman. Kakapoy sa kalawasan, walay ulan, walay habon, walay banig. Pagkatulog, giunlan pa ang sundan, abanseng makalinisan. Alerta katipunan, ang tuson, ang kalisdanan, dugangan nato ang kaisog, bisag mamatay pa sa panggubatan. Tumong natong idusog, nasa tukson, pupupayon, dali na kita magkikisog, abanseng makalinisan. Alerta katipunan sa bukid, ang pulianan, dito matagamtaman. Ang apoy sa kalawasan, walay ulan, walay habon, walay banig. Pagkatulog, giunlan pa ang sundan, abanseng makalinisan. Alerta katipunan, ang tuson, ang kalisdanan, dugangan nato ang kaisog, bisag mamatay pa sa panggubatan. Tumula ko, inasog, nasa tukson, bubuhayon, dahil na kita makipisog, abanseng makalinisan. Alerta katipunan, abanseng makalinisan. Alerta